Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1960 film, That's Make Love, starring Marilyn Monroe. And also, Tony Randall is also in this film, but he's not the other major character. I forgot the other guy's name. But this movie is kind of more like a musical. Not only is it a musical, it has some songs, some singing in it, but it's also a romantic comedy. Of course, Let's Make Love stars Marilyn Monroe as the girl who works in a comedy troupe, and they were putting on a show, and one of the acts in this show is making fun. It's like kind of like a Saturday Night Live traveling show, pretty much. And they have one of the skit, the comedy segments, is making fun of this particular single French rich guy. It's kind of like a French Donald Trump. That's what this guy is. A French Donald Trump, a single rich guy, and he has supposed to have like a lousy reputation. So this comedy troupe is making fun of him, and pretty much in one of the sketches. So he heard about it from one of his lackeys. He heard about this thing, so he goes down to check out the show, and he instantly falls in love with Marilyn Monroe because Marilyn Monroe was the big act of this comedy troupe. Even though all she does is sing songs for the show, doesn't really get into the comedy that much, but anyway, she is the star of the show. The people come to see her, not so much as comedy sketch making fun of this French guy. So, but he went to check it out, and during the show they actually had a tryout for people to fill out some slots on the comedy troupe, and one of the spots was having to be about who's going to play this French guy. And of course, people think, "Oh, you look so much like so much like we're gonna hire you." Even though the guy had no talent on stage, I mean, his acting was very, very wooden in this movie. I mean, he was totally clumsy and so awkward. Playing this part, it's not even funny how awkward this guy was, and he had absolutely zero talent whatsoever. But he knew a lot of rich people who run Hollywood, so he actually had 3 real life stars playing themselves in this movie. But I didn't expect that these guys, were showing up. One was Uncle Motable, or Uncle Moti, the king of television back in the 1950s. I mean, this guy was the king. Now, literally, you also had Gene Kelly, and he had to teach him how to dance. You had Motable. I should backtrack. Motable was there to teach him how to do comedy, how to do a stand-up routine, how to tell jokes, like he can. And you had Bing Crosby there teaching him how to sing, and you had Gene Kelly there to teach him how to dance. I mean, you can't get better to teach somebody to dance than Gene Kelly. And no matter what he did, he was still clumsy and awkward, and this guy was a total loser. This guy. And Marilyn Monroe believed it was just some schlub that she felt sorry for because the guy had absolutely no talent. But later on, she finally just got convinced that he was the real French guy that the show was making fun of, and first she didn't believe him, and then eventually she comes around, and then she finally believes the guy, and then they end up falling in love at the end of the movie, and he starts singing the song "Let's Make Love" that Marilyn Monroe sang earlier in the film, and of course he instantly follow. That's how the movie ends. I know I'm doing a very, very quick review of this thing because this movie is like 2 hours. It's usually about like 25 to 30 minutes longer than the average Marilyn Monroe movie, and this thing took forever to watch. I mean, I was never so bored of watching a Marilyn Monroe movie in my life. I mean, this was literally the first time I watched this movie, and I was bored to tears. I was completely bored. And like I said, the guy who played the French character in this film, he was so awkward. And it was so wooden. He looks like he was totally uncomfortable with the entire material of this movie. I don't know if the director told him to act this way or not, but he was totally not right for his character. If you want to get a French guy to play a French guy, he hired like Louis Jourdan or something. Instead of this guy, at least Louis Jourdan could act. He could play a romantic lead, as he did 2 years earlier in Gigi. At least he could play the part. He could play the part well. This guy, this putz who playing this part, he was horrible. It was like I said, it was never so bored watching a movie. I haven't been this bored watching a movie in a long time. That's how bored I was watching this thing, and I can't believe I'm still watching it after about an hour into the movie. It's I can't believe I'm still watching this thing. Still can't believe I'm watching it. Still can't believe I'm watching it. I still can't believe I'm watching it. And I'm thinking that throughout this whole movie, because that's how bored I was watching this thing, and it's not that. I mean, there was some amusing parts in it, but I can't believe that the whole cast of this traveling show could not believe. They were so stupid. I mean, you had to suspend your disbelief a little bit. They were so stupid they could not believe that this guy was the real guy that they're making fun of, in this show. I mean, they all had to be, completely brain dead not to know this was the real guy. I mean that bothered me. Even for 1960 audiences, the 1960 audience is not that dumb. I didn't think they were that dumb to believe that this whole traveling company there, did not know this guy was a real guy. I mean, come on, use your head, that love that's 3 feet above your ass. They weren't using their heads at all in this thing. So it's a terrible. I mean, it's fun to see Marilyn Monroe in a silly film like this, but it's, and so it is. It's a silly movie, and I like Marilyn Monroe was good in it, and so was Tony Randall, and a supporting character. But that's about it. I mean, it's not much for me to say about this movie. So that's my review of the movie Let's Make Love. Let's click on the video. Please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com. That's all WDY and C.com. That's homepage of Rowdy Reviewer. First thing more, please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.